Hello there and welcome to today's ride. I'm still doing this Woodruff challenge, and the plan today is to do my longest ride of the year so far at 46 kilometers. My route today is going to be up Diddybones Lane into Westbourne, out to Emsworth, and then up Portsdown Hill, Southwick, and then home. Should be quite a toughie. I did this route back in, well, just before Christmas, and let me just say it tested me. Obviously I've done a fair few kilometers since then, so hopefully it should be a little bit easier. The weather today isn't too bad actually, although as you can see it's quite overcast. There's not a lot of wind and it's 9 degrees Celsius, so it's a little bit warmer than my minimum of 6 degrees, and I can feel that it's a little bit cold, but hopefully there's 400 meters of climbing on this route, so that will warm me up. I've already done the first climb of the day up from Blendworth, and from there I descended into Finchdean, and now I'm doing the Diddybones climb, which is about 2 kilometers. Up until very recently, I'd only ever taken on this climb about 2 or 3 times, but then back last autumn I decided to include it on some of my routes, and now it's rapidly becoming one of my favourites. It's not too long, but it's long enough and steep enough to be quite testing, plus it's just a nice road to ride along. And the bonus is, when you get to the top, you've got a nice long descent into the village of Forestside, although I suppose village is quite a grand title. There's nothing really there except Stansted House. I just thought I'd stop to give you a quick view of Stansted House itself. Unfortunately, I don't think the view's that good on the GoPro because the lens is just so wide. But if you're ever out this way, it's a great place to stop, as I believe it's open to the public. And there's a very good cycle-friendly tea shop there where you can get some refreshments. But I'm not going to stop for refreshments, I'm just going to push on, because I've got quite a long way to go. I'm only about 11k into this ride, so I've got another 35 to go. It was also on the first half of today's route that I did my first ever ride on the gravel bike, which I'm riding today, so it always feels a little bit special. one of the things I love about this bike is that it's so easy to ride. It's almost as if the pedals have a natural rhythm that they want to turn at, and all you need to do is put your feet on them. Just over halfway around now, and I've got the next big climb coming up, so I thought I'd have a bit of an energy bar to get me up the next hill, which is just about 200 meters away. This eastern ascent up Portsdown Hill is quite a curious one. If it wasn't for the traffic, it would be quite a nice climb. You get some amazing views, particularly in the summer, but on a day like today it's just all grey, overcast and horrible. The first half of the climb is quite tough, a couple of hundred meters at maybe between about 6 and 10%, and then it soon levels out, and you've got about 2 kilometers where the gradient goes between about 3 to 5%. So it's a really nice climb to just kind of spin up. But again, like I say, it's a very, very busy road, and that kind of puts a downer on it a little bit. Last time I rode through here, I didn't really know what it was called, but I've since discovered that I'm basically out at the back of World's End in a place called Widley, and this basically marks the last 10 kilometers of my ride. Temperature's increased to about 11 degrees, but still pretty cold, and I am starting to feel it a bit now. At least the roads are going to be fairly quiet. This is where I started to feel it last time as well. I'm fair way into the ride, and this particular little bit along Atlas Lane here is a slight uphill at about 2 or 3%, just enough to kind of sap already tired legs. I have to do a big shout out to my sponsors, Altura, for sending me a pair of gloves that I'm trying out today. They're very much like the gloves that I've been using over the past few months that I bought from, well, let's just say a certain French retailer, and so far I'm really pleased with them. They look very similar, they're equally as warm and windproof. Very, very happy with them. And as a bonus, I'm able to control things with screens now, whereas with the last pair of gloves I had to take them off and use my fingers, which was a bit of a pain. nearly home now. All in all, I have enjoyed today's ride, but the takeaway is that I still have a lot of work to do. Despite having ridden every day this year so far, I can feel that I need to work on my leg strength and my general energy levels. My breathing and my cardiovascular system seems to be okay, but you know, I've only been doing like 20-kilometer rides. The longest one so far this year was 27 kilometers. So yep, onwards and upwards. If you'd like to see some more videos, click on the one just here. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.